see that little X right there? I want you to put one foot on one side of it, and the other foot on the other. And I need you to look straight ahead. Look at the guy at the back of the booth. Let me move and use a stand so they get the shot. And what I need you to do, Jaden, is for the count of 3 seconds, you need to stand just as still as you can. Focus your eyes front, relax. Hands kind of down by your side, just relax. There you go. Okay, good. Look straight ahead. Guys, I'm going to give it to you. Are we ready? 3, 2. Do we get the capture? Got it? Put it up. Whoa! Come here a minute. Come here a minute. We just digitized you. Okay, stand over here. All right. Kind of sweet. Okay, now turn around. Here's what we're going to do. Because you are now our creation, we can kind of mess with it a little bit. Like, have you ever, do you like sports?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. How would you were really good in sports? Would that be kind of, let's give it a shot. Make Jaden really good in sports. Let's see if it works. Oh, there you go. Okay. All right. Maybe not so much. Are you into music, Jaden? Do you ever go to dances? You enjoy dancing?
I love music.
Love music? All right, make him a dancer. Make him a dancer. Okay, no, not that kind of dancer. No, okay, all right, here. How about this? You know, Jaden, you ever thought about, like, you know, hitting the gym and, like, make a muscle, just, oh, yeah, all right, good. All right, okay, all right, here we go, okay. Give it a shot there. Bulk him up. There is Jaden. Oh, yeah. Okay. All the girls want your Twitter handle now. Okay, all right, and what if you wanted to play, come down here, man, you wanted to play basketball, Jaden. Then you'd probably want to be a little taller, maybe. Let's see what happens. What would you look like? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. You look like Andre the Giant on a diet there. All right, tell you what, Jaden, sit down right here for half a second. Pull up apart. What I want you to realize is David was probably not much older than Jaden. David was not a college student. David was so young that he was not drafted for fighting, which meant he may well have been 13, 14 years. David, a junior high school student, somebody of that age. Now remember, God does not say, come here, God does not say, oh, look at this great fighting machine. Put up your dukes, Jaden. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's good. How about ninja? Okay. Aren't you scared now, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, he's looking at you. God says, I know that you look at somebody and you say, oh, he's a black kid. He's a white kid. She's a Latino. He's Asian. He comes from Texas. She comes from Croatia. Hey, he's an Arab. He's Jewish. He's Caucasian. God says, I don't care. Because God does not care about your skin or about the place where you live or the kind of clothes you wear. He does not care about the length of your hair or the length of your nose. God does not care about the shoe size you wear. God cares about your, everybody say heart. God cares about your, everybody say heart. So if God cares about my heart so much, shouldn't I? Yeah, absolutely. Shouldn't I care about my own heart?
Yeah.
So what it means then is it means that I could, Jaden, say, God, I just want you to shape my heart. I want you to give me a heart, well, like David had, a heart that is after you, God. Now, the next few moments are going to be really difficult, and I'm going to get right up in your business, okay? I apologize. I know my kids say, Dad, do not try and use cool phrases because you sound lame, so I apologize. But yo, I'm gonna get up in your grill, okay? All right? I know, that's right. So, if God says, Jaden, my desire is really not that you put on 40 pounds or that you get to be 6 feet tall or that you learn how to dance in a tutu. He says, Jaden, my desire for you is that you would in your, and I know it's not really here, but we say it anyway, it's here, in your soul, in your mind, in that part of you that is, we just call it your heart, yeah? In that part of you, he says, I want you to just long, ache, want what I want. I want you to care about what I care about. So if I don't care about something, Jaden, he says, I don't want you to care about it. Like skin color, like how much money you make, like which school do you go to, like what kind of designer clothes you have on. God says, I don't care. But he says, I really do care about some inside things. Things like integrity. He's telling the truth. Things like humility. That means letting other people go first. Things like service. It means not walking past the needy and the hurting. God says there's hard stuff that I really care about. And he says, if you want to follow me, I want you to care about that. That's why in John 3:16, I used to have a coach, Jaden, that would say, he'd get us together for a game. And his big line was, do you want to win? And of course, we'd all go, what? Yeah! And then he'd go, really? How bad do you want it? And we'd all yell, bad. He says, you don't want it bad enough. So we'd all scream, bad. He says, if you really want it bad, show me. And then we'd go out on the field. And sometimes we would show him, and sometimes we wouldn't. Well, actually, we'd show him, and he'd go, you didn't want it very bad tonight. Now, guys, there's no nice way to say this, so I'm just going to kind of shoot straight. Christianity gets a bad name when we come in here and go, we want it really bad, God! And then as soon as we get outside these doors, we're totally self-centered and it's all about me. As soon as we get to the van, shotgun, I'm running up front. No, that's my seat. I want to sit in the back. I know that never happens in your group. I know. Or your youth leader would say, okay, we're going to stop and get a bite to eat at McDonald's. I don't go to McDonald's. I will sit here and eat Rugland in the van. I am not getting out. I will not eat in my... Why does he always get to go first? And it's like, really? I mean, to be honest, I know what it's going to be like at your hotel room tonight. Yeah, for those of you staying locally, I know. It's going to be, all right, we turned the lights off 10 minutes ago, and I said, hush up. And I don't know who it is making them fart noises, but whoever it is, it needs to stop right now. And there'll be a moment of silence, and then somebody will, And that's just the girls' rooms, okay? I understand. So here's your huge challenge. Your huge challenge is tonight, in a few minutes, when this session is over, will you make a choice to be after what God's after, to care about what God cares about? In John 3:16, he says this, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. I need you to know that God wants it bad. And what is it? He wants you to have a life that after you're gone, people will say, he had a heart, she had a heart for God. But God won't make you. God lets you choose. And you know what you and I get to choose? We get to choose, will we be the servant of the King? It's called lordship. In the book of Romans, the 10th chapter, being after God is described this way. That if you believe with all your heart that Jesus is who he says he is, and if you're willing to confess that Jesus is Lord. Can you put the Romans 10 text up? We'll say these words together. If you believe in your heart that Jesus is who he says he is, and if you're willing to say with your mouth, can you say the three words, Jesus is Lord? So he says, you say that because you believe it in your heart. Jaden, come here for a minute. Can you say Jesus is Lord? Can you really say it loud? Okay, but here's the deal, Jaden. The challenge is, he says, it's not just saying the words, because anybody can say the words, right? You can say the words and not even believe in God. He says, I want you to so believe it in your heart that you say, Jesus is Lord. Now that's not just like saying it, okay, that's who Jesus is, because when I say Jesus is Lord, I also say who I am. You know what I mean? Like, if I got up here and I said, hi, this is Jaden. I'm his teacher. What does that make him? Student. If I said, hi, this is Jaden. I'm his father. What does that make him? Yeah. If I said, hi, I'm Jaden's Lord. What does that make him? What? Yeah, some of you saying the word servant, or even in Jesus' day, the word might be slave. Paul says we're slaves to righteousness. Okay, this is a little touchy, but it's the only way I can help you understand what the Bible's talking about. Lordship is not, I'm your coach, I'm your teacher, I'm the guy who helps you. Lordship is, I own you. Yeah, I know. Here, put it this way. Jaden, help me out. Come step over here. Imagine that Jaden was in the slave market in Jerusalem back in Jesus' day. Because you could become a slave one of several ways. It wasn't a nationality thing. You could be a slave because you stole money and couldn't pay it back. You could be a slave because your mom and dads were slaves, and so you became a slave. You could be a slave because you committed a crime, and the punishment was to be sold into slavery. So imagine we are here, and Jaden is on the block, and we're going to auction him off. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have a very, very talented, very gifted, making muscle there. There we go. Slave. This slave's name is Jaden, and he's a powerful young man. And do I hear 5, 7, 5, 6, 7, 10, 15, 25, Jaden, there's a blonde waving a 100-shekel bill right back there. No, 200, 300, and all of a sudden I step up and I say, I have 500 shekels sold. Jaden, I just bought you. You now belong to me. Let me make this clear, son. I am your Lord, and you are my servant. Do you understand that? Excuse me, do you understand that?
Yes.
Yes.
Sir.
Sir? Let's use master. That'll do.
Yes, master.
Thank you very much. Now, Jaden, you need to understand when we get to my house, I'm going to show you the fields where you're going to work. Do you understand that?
Yes, master.
Thank you very much. And Jaden, when we get there and it gets nighttime, Jaden, do you have a house? Do you own anything as a slave? Do you own anything?
No, master.
That's right. So, Jaden, if you don't own anything, who's going to provide you with a place to sleep?
You, master.
Excuse me just a second. Jaden, dude, I'm the Lord. You're the servant. Do you think I'm supposed to provide you with a place to sleep? Really?
Yeah!
Well, I'll put it this way. Do you have any place to sleep? So if I don't provide you a place to sleep, how are you going to sleep? Pardon me?
I'm not.
You're not who?
Gonna sleep. Master?
Thank you. Actually, Jaden's brilliant because he's exactly right. When the snappy clothes wear out that you've got on, Jaden, who's going to provide you with more clothes?
You, master.
Yes, exactly right. In fact, tomorrow morning when it's breakfast time, where are you going to turn for food, Jaden?
You, master.
2 simple principles. We just divided the house in half. You guys yell out the word life, and you guys will yell out the word law. We got to do this fast. The servant looks to the master for 2 things. First, he learns to the master for life. You say, you mean you have to provide Jaden with life? I got to provide him with food so he'll keep his life. I got to provide him with a place to stay so he can have his life. I got to provide him with food and shelter because I want to keep his life. Because he turns to me. That means Jaden doesn't have to worry about the price of gasoline. Jaden doesn't have to worry about the price of tennis shoes because I'm the one providing it. Because the master provides for the servant. By the way, Jesus does this too. You don't have to worry about earning your way to heaven. Jesus paid it for you. And when you become his servant, he says, I will give you eternal life. However, come over here, Jaden. You also need to recognize, in fact, sit down for just a sec right on the ground, Jaden. You also need, no, stand up. You also need to recognize, no, sit. You also need to recognize, no, stand. That whatever that sit, whatever that, lay down, whatever the master says, the servant receives, everybody say law. Do sit-ups, 10 right now. Sit-ups. The servant provides, the master provides, and, come on, do them faster. 1, come on, let's go. 2, 3. Now you need to understand that as the master, I could make Jaden do as many as I wanted to. 3. You see, Jaden is down there working away because if I say, Jaden, stop right now. Roll over face down. Push-ups. Let's go. 10 push-ups. Jaden could do it. I can say, Jaden, I want you to do push-ups until you are blue in the face. I want you to do push-ups until you can't do any more push-ups. And Jaden, by the way, as a master, I have the right to give him Now, what if Jaden